Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching His word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, what we've done these algorithms over the years, and what we focus on in the algorithm is the infrastructure which is necessary in order to bring forth the MOTB, and we call it the MOTB system. And we kind of document and go through and show people, look, man, this is the prophecy, this is what they want to do, and this is how they're going to do it. And look, you see them building it bit by bit, and it looks like it's all separate, but ultimately it's all going to come together into one integrated and interoperable system of control. All right, the beast system. And so that's what we did. Remember, the apostles and elders, they've been teaching the truth of the MOTB from before most of this infrastructure was even built. Like, way different than how it is now. We can point to things that didn't exist 30 years ago. You understand? Now, digital ID, we did a video showing that the BIS themselves, the Bank of International Settlements, said that digital ID was paramount if you're going to have a retail CBDC. And we know that the CBDCs, the digital currencies, programmable, interoperable with the entire system is part of the MOTB system. So they're going to have digital IDs, right? And it's going to roll out. It's already been decided. But they always try and make things look like it's happening naturally when it's not. It's just problem, reaction, solution. The role of the government and the politicians and these companies is to make you accept the rollouts and not see the truth behind it, right? They'll, the digital ID is for for illegal immigrants. No, it's not. It's part of the MOTB system, which is for your enslavement. Okay, but that's how we live. We live in the right hand. Their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. Right. So let's check this out.
Is looking at digital. We know the government is looking at digital ID cards at the moment. How would that help prevent the situation that we're in?
And she's about to do exactly what these politicians are paid to do. These politicians are juiced in, right? They're rewarded very well to play the roles that's necessary to manipulate the people into accepting the new world order. And some of them are going to play the left, some of them are going to play the right. It doesn't matter. The left-right paradigm is a psychological operation of the people. The agenda will always go forward.
Now,
well, Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, has said we are looking at what other countries have done to bring in a sort of...
He said, oh, other countries have done it. Don't worry, other countries have done it. It's a psyop, man. They've told them what to say to get people to accept this stuff.
Digital accreditation. I think there's real actually benefits right across here, from obviously dealing with illegal working.
Which the illegal working and illegal immigrants is a crisis that they've created and whipped up into hysteria, using the government, using the right wing mouthpieces, so on and so forth.
But also, actually, imagine if your viewers imagine that they had one credential that would allow them to access all the different government services.
And we've spoken about that, and we've also spoken about super apps like X and Facebook. These are going to end up being super apps that you use to basically do everything.
And our public services do. I'm sure many of your viewers often tear their hair out with all the different numbers and passwords of the different bits of government that they have to deal with. And I do think could be a real benefit here for people who are here and working legally and accessing our public services if there was one route in, as well as the benefits it could have with illegal migration. We're looking at that. I think it is an interesting idea.
They're not looking at anything. This is what they're going to do, because this is what their masters have told them to push through. They're not looking at anything. But that's that, right? 7C says, while everyone continues to argue about the Charlie Kirk psyop, technocracy and biodigital convergence continues, right? That's the fourth industrial revolution, which is the MOTB system. Hate speech laws to own the left, digital ID to stop the illegals, stable coin scams for financial freedom, AI is just a tool, H1B filled data centers for American jobs, biometric databases to stop terrorists. It's no wonder every generation before us fell for things like the moon landing and 9/11. People are retarded, defending their favorite internet personalities while the actual decision makers continue pressing the boot. And there you see Trump and Starmer, sign US. Now these guys are supposed to be politically opposed, by the way, because Starmer's center left and Trump is right wing. But you see how the thing go already. Trump and Starmer sign US UK tech prosperity deal. US firms like all these NWO firms, Microsoft, including BlackRock, Nvidia, OpenAI, Oracle, Amazon. You know the names. Will invest 42 billion in the UK to develop AI for healthcare, quantum computing, and nuclear projects. So the nuclear projects is energy for the beast system. Quantum computing is obviously the processing power for the AIs to manage all that data. Then you got the AI in the healthcare, blah 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 blah. This is all beast tech, all right. And obviously they'll sell it like, oh, this is money. It's not about the money. They always want to get people to focus on money. Listen, the people that own and control the world, they print the money. It's not about money for them. Money is how they get you. Okay, money's something you care about. So you just throw some money up there. Oh, see, they're spending all this investment. Yeah, like investment in your enslavement. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I want to get to this now. Revelations 13 and 16, it says, and he calls it all, right? Because eventually that's going to happen. It's going to be a government mandate, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell transactions, right? Physical or services, resources or services, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so what they want is basically establish their own blessing, put everyone in slavery where they own everyone and everything you do is going to be quantified and controlled. All resources, all transactions, all services, everything controlled. Your entire life is going to be digitized and controlled. That's what they want. That's what they want to establish, right? However, like I said, we've been doing these algorithms, and in the algorithms, the whole point of why me and the elder Ariella did these algorithms is basically to show the background behind a lot of these prophecies. So we've got the World War III algorithm and we've got the Motb algorithm, right? Now with the Motb algorithm, what do we normally focus on? We focus on the infrastructure. All right. Now the apostles and elders, they didn't have access to all what we see happening today because this is this is new stuff. They were teaching. It's important to note that they were teaching what the Motb is before you had all this wealth of information as the prophecy gets closer to its fulfillment. Because the closer we get to the prophecy being fulfilled, the more the more the infrastructure is going to be built to support it. All right, nothing can be done in this world without infrastructure. There has to be an infrastructure for it. Okay, so I went to ChatGPT. I said, list what technological infrastructures would need to be ubiquitous in order to have a system where all human transactions and resources use are quantified and controlled in real time. And let's have a read through it. All right, I remember that we've identified damn near all of this already. So this is nothing new, but we're just showing you that even the AI is bringing out the information to show you what's up. So if humanity wanted a system where all transactions and all resources use are quantified and controlled in real time, several layers of technological infrastructure would have to be universally deployed and tightly integrated. Right? And you're seeing that. All right. No matter where you're from, could be in Africa, everywhere, this stuff's getting rolled out. At a high level, this would mean combining ubiquitous sensing, identity, connectivity, computation, and enforcement. And that's why you see again linked in with the military too and the police. All right. Universal digital identity, biometric or otherwise, tamper-proof, globally recognized identity for everyone and potentially every legal entity. Always linked to every transaction and resource interaction. Persistent, real-time authentication mechanisms, face, voice, iris, implantable chips. Let me read that again. Face, voice, iris, implantable chips. See it there? Global connectivity infrastructure. That's why have we not seen that? Have we not seen a build out of global connectivity? What do you think? What do you think? What's it called? Is all about the other New World Order company. They got this fraud running. Elon Musk. People running around thinking he's an actual genius. He's not a genius. He's just a puppet that was put up to be the face of a bunch of New World Order companies. Like he's juiced in. His family is a part of a cult. Okay, he's not a genius. That's a cult of personality that the media have built up. Right, he's not a genius at all. He's not. It's not Tony Stark. He's not the one building these. He's not the one that came up with these companies, and he's not the one building the companies. Like, but I don't know what to say to you. A lot of people, they believe anything that the media push in it, but in reality, he's not a genius. In fact, if you're actually listening to him talk, he's somewhere on the spectrum. He sounds retarded, but there you go. Ubiquitous high bandwidth, low latency networks, 5G, 6G. Yeah, and that's what we told you. 5G is all about decreasing the latency, right? From 4G to 5G to 6G, it's low latency, so you can start doing things in real time. And the gamers know what I'm talking about. If you got low latency internet connection, that's what allows you to play games in real time. If your latency is high, that's how you get lagging, okay? So ubiquitous high bandwidth, low latency networks, 5G, 6G, satellite mesh, fiber backbones, right? This is all being built out. What's the hell the name of this guy's company again? Starlink, okay, that's it. That can bring you high speed internet anywhere. Near total geographic coverage to ensure no blind spots where unmonitored transactions could occur. So they're building that out, right? And eventually, what they're going to do is you're going to have zones where people are not going to be allowed. And those will be what's it, patrolled by drones, and they show you that in their films. So you're gonna be confined to the cities, and if they catch you outside of the cities, blow you away. The drone seek and find and destroy, and they're gonna tell you that's to preserve nature. All right, redundant systems to guarantee uptime, no gaps in monitoring. All right, so backups, transaction capture system, digital only or digitally mediated payment systems, physical cash will need to be eliminated. Are we seeing that happen? Yes. Integration of all economic interactions into a single traceable digital ledger, e.g., centralized databases, CBDCs, blockchain-like infrastructures. Are we seeing that? Yes. Sensors, RFID, IoT tracking for goods. Are we seeing that? Yes. And resources to ensure every item is accounted for in supply chains. That's already been rolled out for the last 20, 30 years, okay? Universal resource monitoring, smart grids, smart water systems, smart fuel energy distribution with consumption tracked down to the individual device. Are we seeing that? Yes. IoT sensors embedded in infrastructures, homes, and even personal devices and appliances. Yes. Automated reporting of resource use at the micro level, electricity by device, food by calorie, fuel by drop. Yes. Computation and data infrastructure, vast real-time data processing capabilities, cloud plus edge computing to handle global scale telemetry, AI, ML systems to detect anomalies, enforce rules, and optimize flows, secure high capacity storage infrastructure for continuous logging of every human interaction. And that's why they're building all these data centers. Enforcement of compliance mechanisms, programmable control systems, programmable money, CBDC that can expire, be geo-fenced or restricted, automated restrictions on resource access, smart locks, rationing mechanisms, digital permits. And you see in the C19, they started to bring that in. Integration with law enforcement or autonomous agents, AI-driven monitoring, and drones, robots to intervene in violations, right? And that's where you see in Palantir through this whole idea of terrorism, right? And gangs of terrorists now they're fusing that whole security infrastructure into one anyway. The police, the anti-terrorism surveillance infrastructure, and the military. It's all gonna be one thing. It's gonna be one. They're gonna be on your ass. Interface and integration layer, universal APIs and protocols to connect every commercial, governmental, and private system. All right, that's interoperability between systems. We've seen that being rolled out. That's a buzzword that's been going around for the last 10 years. Interoperability, seamless integration of consumer devices, phones, wearables, implants with monitoring platforms. They see that already. Like if you have Samsungs and Apples and all, they can all talk to each other and operate. TV, everything. Standardized digital resource passports for goods, services, and individuals. Security and resilience layer, cryptographic infrastructure for data integrity and access control, continuous cybersecurity monitoring to prevent circumvention of tampering, fail safe to prevent collapse of systems due to outages or attacks. Social and legal infrastructure, legal frameworks mandating participation, which is the next stage. right? Behavioral social compliance mechanisms, i.e. social credit systems, nudging and automated penalties, government structures like centralized or highly coordinated globally to define rules. In summary, you need a fusion of the IoT, AI, and blockchain-like ledgers, universal ID, cashless economies, global networks, and automated enforcement systems. Essentially, the world would have to become one giant cyber-physical system where every human action and every unit of resource is digitized, monitored, and governed in real time. And that's what they're trying to build. All right. Now I said, do we see these infrastructures currently being implemented globally at, I should have said at, an increased pace? It says yes. Many of the infrastructures I outlined are already being rolled out globally, and in many cases, the pace is accelerating. They aren't all coordinated as one unified system yet, but the technological and policy trajectories point in that direction. And then obviously he's going to break it down. We don't need to break it down. We already know what it is. All right. Overall trajectory. The infrastructures are being built in parallel sector by sector, often justified by efficiency, security, climate, and public health. Pace is accelerating. We're getting closer and closer because multiple forces converge: digital finance, smart cities, green transition, AI-driven governance. What's missing is a single global system, but interoperability projects like the EU Digital Wallet, UN Digital Initiatives, and ISO supply chain standards are a clear step towards integration. All right. So this thing is popping off. All right. This devil is doing his work. We're going to continue to keep an eye on these things and show you these things as they're rolling out to show you that prophecy is being prepared. All right. And we're super close because things are happening faster and faster and faster. But one thing's for sure, that the elect are not going to be chipped. And that's the beautiful thing. All right. Job 5:12, it said, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Who's the crafty? The serpent, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. Okay, that's the crafty. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, their success. They're not going to be able to lock in this new world order, this Motb system. They're going to try to implement it, and it's all going to come to an end, man, because Yahweh Shai is going to come and deliver the elect and destroy his system and dissolve it. And they're going into slavery, and that'll be the end of their devices and the end of their enterprise. All right. But I just wanted to show that real quick, man. This is why we focus on these things a lot on the algorithm, man. It's to show you the infrastructure being built and prophecy being prepared, man. And every day they're pushing these things, man. Every day, if you're paying attention. So if that, I'm gonna say shalom.